What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, we got Captain Jack Sparrow here in Artisan Beauty, and I am very, very excited for this one, so stick around. If you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's talk about this figure. Let's get into it.
Oh, pardon me, but it's, Ben
Thomas.
Showtime. Here we go.
So starting off, this is the most recent Artisan figure from Hot Toys. Now we're getting an Artisan version and an alternate version as well. To be honest, as beautiful as this hair looks, and I mean it looks amazing from the front and the back, this isn't a figure I almost feel like I need in Artisan, and I'm happy Hot Toys is giving us both options. While $4,000 is a good amount for people to get their hands on this Artisan if they want it, I think both versions are amazing, and to be honest, for the sake of this comparison, the DX15 is closest to the alternate version. This is going to be a little different. I want to look at the figure first here, then I'm going to look at the DX15 from 2017. Now, that figure, honestly, looking back, is still an absolutely beautiful figure. This one is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I'm also seeing similarities that I think are worthy of pointing out at the very least. Now for this guy, I will say this is probably my least favorite representation of Jack Sparrow. I wish they would go back to the Black Pearl film, like the first movie. That is really where I felt like Johnny Depp at the time still kind of had the reins on his acting a little bit. Like, they gave him some freedom to be artistic, but with some control, whereas this is the 5th film in the franchise, so at this point it kind of feels like they just said, you're Johnny Depp, you can pretty much do whatever you want in this character. He almost seems like a caricature of a caricature. Like, it doesn't totally jive with me. It feels a little hollow in terms of a performance. Now, we don't collect the figure necessarily because we love the movie. For me, I collect the character because I love the character. And for me, I can look past this. This is amazing. It absolutely is. The likeness to Johnny Depp here is fantastic. The accessories are also phenomenal. I do love that you get the rolling eye system because, of course, he's got such a cheeky look to him sometimes, and you can achieve that kind of looking down in the corner like this particular sculpt we're looking at. Now, the accessories here. Leather accessories, I love to see that. The spyglass is a really cool accessory as well. I do love that he comes with his compass. The bottle with the ship in it is a key part of the movie, and I think it's a really cool piece. And the LED light up lamp is definitely a nice accessory. Now, with it being LED, I'll be curious to see how the cord can be hidden effectively, but again, that remains to be seen. You also see soft touch material all over. The actual weaponry that he's holding looks really, really well painted from these photos, and of course that helm wheel is phenomenal. Now, of course, the DX15, it did come with like a shark diorama bit, and that was a really cool accessory as well. But Captain Jack Sparrow, I think, needs to be at the helm, right? I think, like, if you're going to have a diorama display base with this guy, that is the right choice, Hot Toys, so bravo there. Now, let's look at the DX15 here, because I gotta say, for the age of this figure being a 2017 figure, the material in it still looks fantastic. I think the likeness there to Johnny Depp is also still really, really strong, and because this character is from the same film, I feel like unless you're looking at this new version and thinking, wow, that's such a tremendous upgrade, or Jack Sparrow just happens to be maybe your favorite character, or you love pirates and you can't pass up another version of the character, unless you're any of those three things, I honestly think your money actually might be saved here if you already have the DX15. I think that one's actually going to hold its value pretty well. I do think that with the hair system here, to be honest, it looks like they're using virtually the same technology for the hair that they did previously, and I can see why. It looks good, it works. So for that alone, that's not enough of a reason for me to buy this figure over the 2017 version, but the Artisan version definitely is an upgrade to the hair system. So if that's important to you, I can understand why that's the chase figure. I do think the likeness and paintwork is better here still. Of course, we've got 7 years of improvement in terms of paint applications. But that original one looks amazing. So Again, if you spent the big bucks to get the old version, I think your money may be saved unless you absolutely need these figures for those 3 reasons. Now, even when I look back as far as the DX06, which is going back a long time now, I think that likeness still was good to Johnny Depp, but if you have the old DX06 version, this might be the time to upgrade, because I don't think we're going to see much more of an improvement going forward for this particular character anyways. In fact, I've actually heard that they're thinking of remaking Pirates of the Caribbean, or revamping it, I don't know exactly. Sounds like a remake. So if that's the case, maybe this is the last time to get a Johnny Depp Jack Sparrow in your collection. Now, it also gives me hope for the future, because this year we are light on entertainment films for Marvel and Star Wars, and so what could replace that content in terms of collectibles? I'm hoping things like the Terminator line. I'm thinking even going back to things like Alien, Predator, some of those old lines that could definitely use some upgrades. Now, for the reissue side of it, I can understand why that is difficult. So I'm hoping that if this ends up being a reissue year for Hot Toys, if they go back to to those big favorites, then give us different accessories with them. At least they've done that with this version to the DX15, because again, this actually helps the DX15 maintain its value. There's enough difference here, despite it being the same character and essentially costume to that previous version. And honestly, it does look like there's some reuse here with the helm wheel as well, back to the original DX06 version, which is kind of crazy. But at the same time, I do still like the wheel better than the shark diorama. And again, if you're going to give us more, then give us more. Reissue it, but give us different things that can be collectible. But guys, that's my take on this figure today. This or that. This being the new version that we're looking at today, or that. Are you going to be able to stick with the DX15, or are you even going to maybe hunt that figure down once it goes down in value a little bit? I'm sure we'll see it on the market a little bit more with this new version on the way for collectors. So this or that. Let me know your comments in the comments down below, and of course, if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.